Hello, pilots. Welcome back. It is Flight Academy Season 5, the introduction of the medium-based ships to the fray. All rules and lists are in the description below, and we do have the list rundown video linked in the top right-hand corner now. But joining me for the start of Season 5, we have...
James going back to school, back to the academy for more of these the little games.
Absolutely. They're a little game, but they have a big impact. And we have made it to middle school, year 5? It's probably middle school.
Little games, big impact, medium-based ships now.
Yes, we thought, you know what, keep it fresh, add some bigger ships to the list, and see what actually happens.
I mean, it's all peeling back the curtain. We talked about it a little bit, and a lot of the lists previously with the duos was just two of the same ship.
Yes.
And this guaranteed a way to avoid that. It did take out my favourite faction, the
Yes.
But there's some cool combinations.
There really are. And for game 1, we have the ever-present Wes running his Rebel list, and our 2-time champion, current reigning champion, Ben, on the right-hand side, back to his ever-favoured and wonderfully painted Scum ships. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. He's very up and down in his results throughout Flight Academy. He's coming quite high, he's coming last, but he's always here to have fun, so that's the main thing. But they're two pretty cool lists, actually, coming up against each other, and two quite scary lists, if I do say so myself.
The Y-Wing as a support ship, I mean, it is, that is what it's built for. And pairing it alongside Wedge is a ship who you don't really want to get any better than he is.
Yeah, and firstly, swarm tactics on Wedge is scary.
That's such a Wedge thing to do, isn't it? Just, you know what? Ooh, we'll just have them both shoot at a 6. It's fine.
Yeah, well, now that he can't actually put outmaneuver on there, why not? It's a great option. But Magva's actually quite scary in her own right. Allow you to only re-roll 1 dice on attack.
Yeah, so her ability is, while a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends, the attacker cannot re-roll more than 1 attack die. So if you're trying to shoot Wedge... Well, actually, no, because it's range 0, so it's herself as well. So if you're trying to shoot either of Wedge's ships, you're only re-rolling 1.
So you've kind of got to hope that you've either got fire control system to keep that target lock around, or you have focuses and you roll all paint, basically. It's quite scary, and I just think it's a really good combination. The U-Wing as well has got a good amount of health, so it's not going to go down too quickly.
Well, especially not if Lando crew keeps rolling double evades. Plus elusive as an ability, which I think is pretty good on the U-Wing, because you just go, you know what, I'll just do a stop.
Yeah.
And charge that up again.
I mean, not only that, contraband cybernetics, so can stop.
Stay stop.
Lando, stay stop. Well, yeah, so can basically stop, then do it again next turn, Lando again, recharge elusive. It's insane. It's absolutely crazy.
I kind of want to try that in a full game with objectives and just sit on an objective for a couple of turns.
It's almost like what it must be to be a Separatist player with droids.
True. I guess if I really want to do that, I should just run Separatists. But you'll never catch me playing those darn clankers.
I mean, like I said, we'd more likely see you play Republic than Separatists.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we still have a really cool list on the other side with with Ben. It's great to see the Razor Crest. Actually,
is the Boba Fett Separatist, is that the Gunner Bobber? Like the little boy Bobber, yeah?
That's little boy Gunner Bobber, so he can actually be used in Separatist and Scum. So
while you perform an attack, if there are no other ships in the attack arc, you may change 1 focus to a hit. Okay, yeah, I can see that working well in this game mode. I can only shoot one of you. Well, great, I've got a free calculate, basically.
Yeah, and the hidden elicit that Ben is running throughout this Razor Crest is obviously false transponder codes.
I mean, it's usually the one to grab, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you've already equipped that, and it's like, you know what, I'll put contraband cybernetics. Like, those two are usually the go-to.
Yeah. Unless you're feeling spicy and go with Deadman Switch.
I thought you were going to say the... what's the one that gives you all of the calculate tokens?
Overtune modulators.
Yeah, that one's an option, but the others just seem better.
Yeah, it's an option. And again, you've got Dirge. He's a great ship in the Rogue. Proton cannons and Predator, love that combination. It is very scary. But at the moment, the first round of shooting is actually going to the Rebels. Not that it was particularly effective, unfortunately.
No, the Razor Crest is pretty bulky.
It's a real tough ship. Every time I've flown against it, I've managed to hurt it, but never take it out. Which
it's very durable. I don't always feel like it has the offense to make up for it, but it does not die. Or if it does, it's been focused fire on so much that the rest of your list is probably fine.
Yeah, I think with Maul and Bobber, that's going to give it a bit more punch. So obviously Bobber, as you say, being able to change that focus to a hit. Maul giving it the force to spend, and basically an inbuilt hate as well, which I do like. Good Lando rolls there. It's a nice, it's good to get both there, I think.
Also, looking at Ben's list, he doesn't have a huge amount of stuff that needs target locks or multiple rerolls. So Magva's ability probably isn't too detrimental to Ben in this game, at least.
No, I would agree on that one. He's not. He'll be okay if he doesn't take the lock. Focus, or in Q9's case, a calculate, is most likely to suffice. Especially Q9 having the force as well through Maul, it does make him less dependent on those target locks.
I also quite like having Maul on him just because Q9 can only calculate.
Yeah. It gives that extra availability to mod there, which is nice. Now, obviously, being two ships on each side, I think the first thing that goes through a player's mind is which is the target priority.
Wedge. Wedge is the offensive threat. I feel like you take him out.
Yeah. And how about Ben's side?
Ben's side is more tricky. I guess Dirge, just because of how tanky Q9 is in the Razor Crest.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we're going to see that a lot of these games are the medium bases don't die, and it comes down to the small bases living. But I guess we'll see how the Academy works out.
Absolutely. I mean, we've got 21 game round robin to go through, and then a top 4 cut to round it all off. At the point of recording, we have done the entire round robin. So if you do see any misplays throughout these videos, feel free to let us know. We can't go back and change it, but feel free to let us know, because it's always good just to make those pilots aware. We are not perfect. There are going to be things we miss, and you guys in the comments are brilliant at spotting those, and I absolutely appreciate that, because that's how we learn, and that's how we all learn. So we have done all the round robin. The top cut is we're just waiting for the player availability again, because they're all busy. I
don't think Wes was expecting Dirge to be there.
No, but I'm just looking at that range and the angle.
Oh, see if he's got everything.
Yeah, because if he's range 2 bullseye, that'll be a very nice spot.
I mean, even if it's not, Wedge doesn't have a shot on Dirge, and okay, Q9 will probably take a hit.
Yeah.
Actually, Q9 doesn't have the Beskar plating, does he?
No, he doesn't.
Because when I fly a ship, I go, who's the main pilot for it? Oh, Mando. I fly Mando.
Yeah.
So I usually have Beskar plating.
Yeah, Mando's pointing isn't the best, unfortunately.
Yeah, he needs
he took a bit of a hit in the most recent points update. So Q9 has 16 points of loadout, whereas Mando only has 10. Now, obviously, a lot of these lists you'll find that both ships are 5 points apiece.
I think that's a sensible way to split your points.
Yeah. In Ben's case, Dirge is 4 points and Q9 is 6 points. So,
And even then, it's not too different.
No, but for points wise, Q9 is a good one to go for to get those points, but it's still a tough one to crack.
True, there are half points available in this format, right?
There are. Yeah. Essentially, think of it as a chance engagement without the objective in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
We were debating putting the objectives in there as well, but we just thought, you know what, we like it nice and simple here.
Well, it's also the case of like, you're already mixing it up by throwing in the medium base ships as well. Let's not change too many things at once.
Yes.
If you want to see objectives, leave a comment, I guess.
Yeah. If you have any suggestions for season 6, we are kind of in the plan. Ow, that's
okay, direct hit is not great. There are worse crits, I think, to get as your first crit.
Hull breach or fuel leak.
But presumably that came from Wedge's marksmanship upgrade, so that was worth. Was it 2 points, 1 point? Marksmanship, isn't it?
Marksmanship, I'm pretty sure it's 1 point.
Marksmanship is 1 point, so 1 point to get that direct hit in. Worth it.
Look at that shot from Dirge there. Oh,
right. Well, talking about crits.
Hit double crit
one onto Wedge. Thankfully, he had at least a shield to block one of the crits.
And it's blinded pilot. That's not ideal.
No more marksmanship.
No, it can only modify.
Rerolling from the R3 Astromech. Also, R3 Astromech, great upgrade for duos.
Yeah, it's almost a. If you're not
you
taking
need a very good reason to take a different astromech or not have an astromech.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Wedge is down to 1.
Well, I did say he's the target.
Yep, damage sensor array.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Wedge is definitely the target. He is the supremo damage output.
Yeah, he's the gun, right? If you can take out that, Magva can do damage, but I don't think anywhere near enough to take out these, which maybe we'll see a pattern with like because there's a few U-Wing lists, and it might come down to maybe you should have just brought 2 attackers rather than a support and a big attacker. I don't know. We'll see.
Yes. With the Rebels, we do have 3 U-Wings and 3 X-Wings across 3 lists.
Yeah, they are, the Rebel, what's the term, workhorse?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, and that is something that we could have turned around and said to the 2 that came in after with the U-Wings and said, let's change it. But we thought, you know what? It's the first we got mediums. They were all different lists. Let's let them play it, see how it goes. But as long
as they're not the same thing, it's variety. Because, yes, they are playing competitively, but we're also trying to put something entertaining together. And if everyone's just using the same stuff, it's like, oh, okay.
It's one thing I will say about 2.0, 2.5, 2.57, or whatever we're at this point, is it's very rare that you actually see full mirror lists. You might see
there's always a bit of variation.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's what makes the U-Wing so scary as well. That stop and pivot is really powerful. Really powerful in this. I do it's frustrating but also very cool at the same time. But I'm just looking at it thinking if Ben can get Wedge out.
I don't know what Wedge is going to do in this situation. Is he maybe going to try like a 4K and hope that Q9 is not that? Nope. Q9 is also doing a stop?
Q9 is contraband cybernetics bumping. So, gonna try and grab that calculate.
It's in that box somewhere.
He's looking for something. He's looking for something.
What's he after?
Maybe the target lock tokens.
It does look like target locks. You did say he had what was the other illicit?
False transponders.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he actually did do the stop. Sorry, I forgot that the Razor Crest had the stop. To be honest.
Yeah. Stop contraband to still do an action and take a target lock.
Oh, if Wedge
I don't know if the target lock's really worth it. Magva is right there, stopping you use it, and Wedge is on 1 health.
possibly forgot about Magva, or
Maybe.
just wants that single maybe that single reroll could be.
Yeah, I guess to really make sure that Wedge takes the damage.
This is a terrible spot for Wedge.
No.
Dirge and Q9 both have him.
I mean, he's bumped into Magva, so he might just die
Oh, he
here.
can take himself out, yeah.
Or was it a case of Q9 was the original
Q9, yeah. Q9 would have been the original bump, and you've had to move back. So
okay, well
that means that he doesn't need to roll.
And the stress, yeah, okay. So Wedge was trying to do a K turn, which I think makes sense given where he was. And Ben clearly predicted that and just did a stop to at least force a bump.
Yeah, very well predicted from Ben
You know,
there.
if Magva wasn't in the middle there, that would have been an incredible setup. I mean, it still kind of is because Dirge has the shot, but he would have had like the bullseye as well if Wedge was a little bit further forward.
Oh,
no.
Whoa.
What?
Is that Wedge into Q9?
Yeah, it's got Q9
to roll.
I mean, he can't modify outside of a focus at the moment, though, right?
Oh, that is Wedge into Q9. That's triple crit on Q9.
I mean, that could potentially initiative kill a 5.
Wounded pilot, panic pilot.
More stress, great. That's not going away anytime soon.
And damage sense rate.
I mean, the stress is good for Wes, but not the best selection of crits for landing 3.
No, you'd have hoped for direct hit or a fuel leak
or a hull breach.
Hull breach, yeah, but I think if you'd have got a direct hit or a fuel leak in the first one, that would have triggered the additional damage, which could have taken him out.
Still very good damage, though.
Very good. And this is now Magva into Dirge.
Is Dirge going to spin the focus? Or just take...
I wouldn't. I'd just take it on the shield and keep that focus and just... Oh, okay, no. Because I would have focused in on Wedge.
I guess Ben feels like he has enough damage output to take out Wedge and put a number into Magva. I guess they're range 0?
So Dirge is range
Q9...
1. Well, they're all range 1 of Wedge.
For a shot into Magva,
it would be range 0, yeah. That's Wedge dead.
What? Is it a range 0 from Q9 though?
So
because Magva stopped and turned around, so did a maneuver, and then Q9 did a stop and technically didn't bump.
So although they didn't bump, they are still technically
they're still touching. Okay,
that's range 0 contact.
It's one of those weird situations where it doesn't go up a lot, and I always forget exactly how it's ruled.
Yeah. But that is some damage into Magva. That was a very productive turn there for Ben. Scary with Q9, but I mean, do we see a contraband trigger and just a 0 stop there from Magva just to be like, right, you have to go past me now?
I don't know. I feel like
does have one
Q9
threat.
might just go slow and bump,
Yeah.
force Magva to at least turn around.
Oh, no, we have got a stop. So
Okay,
it is a contraband cybernetic trigger.
is it a stop and a turn around, or is it a stop and hope that Ben goes past? It looks like it is just a stop.
Yeah, I was going to say, turning around, it would have to be a 180, which wouldn't have been a bad shout.
Because at the moment, you don't have arc on anyone, and if Q9 stays behind, you don't have a shot.
Yeah, hoping for at least a 2 forward here from Ben to get in front of Magva, and then Magva will be...
If Magva turns around and finishes Q9, Wes wins.
Yeah.
By 1 point. And it looks like Q9 did just go forward and bump. Which is the sensible thing to do from Ben, right? You're not getting actions anyway. You have to force a turnaround.
Yeah. Shield off of Magva. Oh, elusive, sorry. Takes the shield off of Magva. Doesn't half point, but that is
enough.
Yeah, that is game 1. Ben gets enough there for that win, taking Wedge out, scoring 5 points. Not, you know what? Still, it was unfortunate for Wes. I think he took a lot
Wedge
of
has
damage
some
on
massive damage in that game.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to take Wedge out, you've got to get that damage in. You've got to get that damage in fast because the damage he put through into Q9 was ridiculous. So yeah, he did really well there. But that is obviously our first game. So Ben is going to one down, 20 to go of the round robin. But obviously Ben is going to go to the top of the leaderboard. 1 win, getting him 3 points, and a bonus point for taking out one of the ships. Obviously, we've got plenty of games left to go, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But James, thank you very much for joining us for game 1 of season 5. And guys, we have so many more games to come in, so don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you very soon for game 2.